Yeah, well, why don't you guys just go and flock your bases? Oh, sick, sick burn. Hello and welcome to another episode of Blastercaded Painting. Uh, Flock is expensive, and depending on where you live, it can be more expensive, and then you got to add on shipping unless you have a hobby store nearby that sells it. My local hobby store that sells it is like a 35-minute drive. So, yeah. Or we could make our own. So we're going to show two different ways to do this. One is cheap, and one is very, very cheap. So, yeah, and you can have an unlimited supply of the flock that you want, what colors you want, depending on the paints you have, and let's go. So we'll show you the cheap way first, and that is these $1.99 bags of moss. The green one will make green flock, and the yellowish brown one will make yellowish brown flock. This is super cheap. It's already dried out. You really don't have to do much at all to this stuff. Yeah, it's way cheaper. So we're also going to add some color to it. So we can take the yellowish brown moss. That's going to be the easiest one. You can get this at almost any dollar store or craft store, but the dollar store stuff is definitely cheaper. And we'll take just some red paint. We're going to add a little bit of water to it just to, thin it out a little bit. You don't have to do this, but, you can. And I'm going to add in some red ink that I have just laying around just to boost the, vibrancy of it. I just got this ink in like a 4-pack from Amazon. I just had it here, so figured why not? I'll just grab that ink and I'll just mix that all together. Give it a good mix, and then I'll take some of that brown, yellowish brown. There's a little bit of green in it, moss, and I'll just throw it in there. Sometimes there's some sticks. Just remove those. You can always remove them after, but it's easy to just get them. And this stuff is incredibly dusty, so yeah. Throw it in there, put on your gloves, and then just mix it all together really well. So now we've got some red tinted moss here. I'll take a baking sheet and some parchment paper, and I'm going to throw this on there. Get it all out. And yeah, I save a lot of containers to do this, like it's a cottage cheese container. And then I'll just lay it out flat. And yeah, I'll turn on my oven to 178. 170 would be fine, 180 would be fine. Throw that flock in the oven for a while. Your kids are going to complain that the house smells like earth and moss, but that's fine. So here's the other way to do it. When you're out raking leaves or leaf blowing and you end up knocking some onto your neighbor's yard when they're not home? Anyway, get those leaves, and we're going to make flock out of those. So yeah, just a bucket of leaves. Just a standard, wonderful bucket of leaves. Nothing special to it at all. And we're going to take some leaf green paint. I just have it. Put it on there, and bam. Just get a ton of paint on there. I'm going to add a little bit of water to it just to thin it out a bit. Then I'm going to just start mixing it all together and get as much green all over those leaves as possible so there's no brown left or black left. Just get them coated in green. Yeah, and this is fun. It's just mess work. It's pretty good. There you go. Green. Lay them out on a baking sheet with some parchment paper. Make sure you have parchment paper. It just makes it easier because it's non-stick. And lay them out as flat as you can. Pick out any sticks that you find, because those will make things harder for you in the end. So yeah. Then throw it in the oven and bake it. The same thing we're doing with the red ones. It takes about, an hour to dry it all out. Pick it up in the middle and turn it like if you were cooking, and just get everything as dry as possible. And then we'll move on to the next step. Grab a food processor. I guess you could also use a coffee grinder. but food processor is what I have. Throw in your red moss. Make sure everything's safe, everything's good. Turn it on. And there it is. It's just going to grind it up. You're going to leave it on for a while and just let it grind. Grind, 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 cut, cut, cut. Wonderful. If you had, like I said, a coffee grinder would work as well. Like any sort of electric grinder or food processor. Take your leaves out of the oven. They're very, very dry. They'll break apart just if you rub them, and then throw those in after. So I didn't even clean out the container. A little bit of the red in with the green isn't going to be a big deal, so because it's more green than red. So crank it on, and yeah, just food process, and then throw it on a sieve. Well, you don't have to do this with the moss, but the leaf one, the ones out of leaves, you have to throw it on a sieve. Really nice sieve. This was $2 at the dollar store, and bam, shake it out on some parchment paper, and you have your very own flock. And here is the red flock. Now, I didn't sieve this. You can sieve the moss ones if you want. I didn't. There's red, there's the green. So that's just the standard color that it came, the green stuff. That's the standard yellow-brown color. And yeah, like this is just such an easy way to make your own flock. And yeah, you could sieve it out. And we'll put down some glue and yep, put this on a base, blow it off, you know. Then we'll put on a little bit more glue and some of the yellow. Then some more glue, and we'll put on some of the red, just a little bit of the red. And here you go. Here's a super cool, natural looking flock that you have, and now you can make as much as you want. And now this is the flock made out of leaves that we painted green. It will be darker no matter what you do, but yeah, like that's done. We just made flock, and with you do the leaves, you can make bags and bags and bags. Like that's it. So what do you guys think? That's a super easy way to make flock. You can buy moss at the dollar store and grind it, and you have a ton of cheap flock. And yeah, if you want, you can strain it out so you're really getting only the really small stuff. And so the paint is like $1.99 or $2 at the dollar store. The sieve, I think, was $2 at the dollar store. The moss was $1.99, so $2 at the dollar store. So just get some paint, and if you just want green flock, just get the green moss. You don't have to do anything. The only real thing you have to do is have a food processor. If you don't want to add paint or colors, if you just want green or the yellowish brown flock, then all you have to do is take those flocks right out of the bag. They're dry. You don't have to dry those in the oven. You just grind them. Done. If you want to add color, you got to dry it. If you want to use leaves, you got to dry it by adding the paint. But if you wanted to use brown leaves from outside and have brown flock, just dry it and grind it. Done. Flock is way too expensive to be spending money on. Even if it's not very expensive, you can still just get it cheaper. And so the major investment is a grinder or food processor. I bought a food processor for my wife last April for either her birthday or Easter. I don't know. Do you guys give gifts for Easter? I give gifts for Easter. Anyway, I bought that for her. And then I waited till she left the house, and then I used it to grind moss. So she'll be upset when she sees the video, but that's fine. You just wash it, and it's all natural products or water-based acrylic paint. So you just wash it and use it for whatever. It's all safe. And as always, we want to thank our Patreon supporters, Charming Grenade, Richie Fender, and LK. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. Either way, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff. If you'd like to support us, head over to Patreon. The link is in the description below. It's almost spring. You guys have a fantastic rest of your day.